volví a la vida. Tu boca mi refugio, mi abrigo más seguro. Tu corazón la ve, por ti volví a creer. Ay, 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 ay. Por amor a ti se crecen los mares. Por amor a ti florecen los días. Por amor a ti la rosa se abre cuando te ven venir.
I don't know, Mari. Honestly, I don't think I still want to work for White Textiles. I feel like I've already reached my limit working for that company. It's over. Finished. Done. It's the end.
Yes, Tony, but Lena's counting on you.
I know. Okay, I really want to be honest with you. I'll tell you the truth. Look, the reason I left White Textiles is that there were times when I just felt like I don't know, like I'm being stifled and I just can't do that much. It's like I'm stuck, although nothing was actually happening there. And besides, it wasn't a good environment that's suitable for designing or creativity. You know what I mean. So what happened was that even if I didn't want to, I just started repeating my designs. Like, I'd use the same idea because I'm not inspired to come up with a new one. And you know that among us designers, it can be such a fatal mistake, honey. It's the kiss of death and the end of all our hard work. Then in here, everything starts stirring. Do you know what I mean? My creative juices started to flow once again because... Oh, we do understand each other so well, Mari.
Yes, Tony, but... Well, the truth is I don't want to ruin Lena's plans for you at White Textiles at this point.
No, neither do I. I adore Lena, and she's a good friend of mine, and, well, of course, I owe her a lot, but then, Mari, at the moment, our top priority, and mine most especially, is that we finish this collection that we started together. What I'm saying is that I'm sorry that I had to leave Lena because I suddenly found you in a twist like a tornado that pulled me in, Life is so beautiful and I have that feeling. I sense in the air that we're definitely on the right track and something important's gonna happen. In other words, honey, the decision has already been made and there's no turning back whatsoever. No matter if we fall, I swear I'm staying here at Beatriz Duran. Oh, please forgive me. Of course, that would all depend if you're still interested in having me here to work with you.
Well, to be very honest with you, of course. Oh, I would really love for you to work here with me, of course.
Oh, that's why I love you, Mari. In that case, I can say that everything is settled. I'm here right now and I'm here to stay because as the old song goes, I'm no fool, no, 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 no. I'm no fool, no, 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 no. And if you trick me, I'll show my claws and I'll go meow. Oh, don't tell me you don't know that silly song. I'm really glad to be back.
So you're now the current president of White Textiles, huh?
What do you think, Adri, huh?
Well, why is Roberto stepping down?
Okay, because Roberto and Lena don't get along very well. And the company's administration is a complete disaster. And so in order to save it, they had to name a new president, a person both of them can surely trust.
But then, Miguel Angel, you're a great photographer. You've never worked as an executive. It looks to me like you've gotten yourself in trouble.
I completely agree with you about that. But don't tell a soul, okay? You want to know something? I do want a worthy and decent job.
Oh, well. In case you'll need anything, you can count on me.
Thank you, Adri. Adri, have a seat.
Okay.
I know that we do have a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we had a relationship. We have a child on the way. But I don't want this matter to be something that others might misinterpret.
What do you mean by that?
Well, what I really want is that I do an excellent job here at the company. I want the employees to respect me because of what I do. And I just don't want for you to expect that just because we have a child together, that I am in a position to give you some kind of special treatment.
Miguel Angel, I'm not asking for any special treatment.
Yeah, well, I only wanted to let you know because...
Don't worry, Mr. President. I know where my place is.
Please, Adri, I never meant to offend you. I just want to...
If that's so, you shouldn't have said anything. May I be excused?
Yes, of course, you may be excused.
Thank you. Please excuse me, Mr. President.
How many times do I have to tell you about this? The only thing you'll get from hanging around those people are huge problems.
Come on, Dad, listen. Hold on a minute. If you already handed in the evidence to the DA, then it's no longer a secret. So tell me what this thing is all about.
Did that Roberto send you here to find things out? What a lowlife.
No, please listen. Is it possible for you to stop being so venomous? Please, I beg you. Only for a little while. Listen, what I need is for you to forget for just 1 minute. Just 1 minute about your past with your first wife and Gonzalo. And can you please just tell me with complete honesty? Are you perfectly sure that Gonzalo White bought those machines knowing that they were smuggled?
Of course. Ruben, the person who sold the machines to Gonzalo, had told me that Old Man White obviously knew they were smuggled.
But then Ruben is the smuggler then, isn't he?
Yes, he's actually old Gonzalo's partner in the smuggling business.
Okay, where did you get this key piece of evidence?
That also came from Ruben.
Now, Dad, are you sure that document is authentic?
You see, it's not my problem anymore. I received that document and then I handed it to the DA. It's their job to check if it's authentic. Okay, then. If it isn't, well, I'm not liable for their mistake.
Listen. Dad, is there something that you're trying to hide from me?
Me?
Okay. Dad, if you really think that there's a remote possibility, no matter how slim it is, that Gonzalo White is innocent, then you'll tell me, right?
Oh, I have to go now.
No. Oh, hey, wait, Daddy, sit down. Listen to me for a while, just listen to me. If Gonzalo White deserves to go to prison, that's perfect. That's perfect, because he should pay for the crime he committed, right? If he doesn't, What if he's innocent, Daddy? You just can't allow the poor man to be punished unjustly, no, sir. Listen, Daddy. People do have flaws no matter who they are. I guess we all do, but you've always been, throughout your life, an honorable man. And that's something Mariana and I admire about you, Dad. Your dignity. I beg you, don't lose that just to settle a score from the past. Because that's the best thing we admire about you. So tell me, Daddy. Do you think that document's authentic?
All we actually have to do here is remove Gonzalo's things and then you can put yours.
Don't you think it's too soon to take over Mr. Gonzalo's office?
No, not at all. Gonzalo's locked up in jail and I think he's going to be there for a while.
But Gonzalo's still the director of the White Foundation, right?
Yeah, but we're going to shut down the foundation.
But why?
Look, Miguel Angel, this is a business venture, not a charitable organization. We should leave the social work to government agencies and concentrate on making money. As the president, you should know that, Miguel Angel. So, what color would you like your walls to be?
Well, I guess they're fine as they are. I think it's perfect. Lena, can I have a word with you, please?
Of course.
In private, please. Let's go to my office.
Oh, well, Fercho, it looks like you'll have to finish organizing your office by yourself.
What you did is called falsification of documents. Don't you know that you could go to prison?
No, my darling, because I didn't falsify anything. The signature that was on the document is really Gonzalo's. The signature is authentic.
No, it's not, because did you just tell me that you fabricated the contents of that letter? There was nothing on that paper except for Gonzalo's signature.
So what? Well, I just helped the justice system. They needed a strong piece of evidence for that old crook to be punished. If I hadn't done anything, that crook would never be punished.
Mister, you are wrong. You listen, what you did wasn't right. It's not the right thing. What you did was a crime because you want to get even with Gonzalo White.
Now you're saying that I'm the criminal? I shouldn't have told you anything about all this, Scarlett.
What are you gonna do now,
Well, we're going to keep our mouths shut. Pretend you don't know anything. The end.
Daddy, I can't. You know I can never do that. Do you realize what you're asking me to do? We're talking about the father of Roberto.
I know exactly who we're talking about. Gonzalo White is a criminal.
And what am I going to tell Roberto now?
Nothing. I hope you're not even thinking of betraying me. Listen, Scarlett, you can get me in a lot of trouble.
It's just that... And why do you think I'm so upset right now, Daddy? You know that's precisely why. You placed the rope around your neck, now you're a step away from being jailed.
That's if you'll open your big mouth. But since you are my daughter, you're going to be on my side on this thing. That way I can go to bed and sleep in peace, Scarlett.
Oh, Dad, how can you
Hey,
do
it's
this?
all been settled. Okay?
Oh, my dear Lord. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why?
How far do you want to go?
What do you mean by that?
Lena, be honest. I know you hoped to inherit from Beatrice so you could get half of the White fortune, and now you did. What are you planning to do?
Come on, Miguel Angel. Go save the presidential attitude for the rest of your staff. Remember, I don't have to answer to you about anything.
I want to make something very clear to you. I won't be your puppet in any way. I won't be part of any dirty games or manipulations from both parties.
What do you mean?
That you let me do my job in peace and quiet. That's best for all concerned.
Miguel Angel, do you honestly think that you can handle white textiles on your own?
And why not?
Because you need someone to help you make decisions, darling.
But they will be my decisions. For example, the shutting down of White Foundation. I know it can't be avoided. We don't have funds to sustain it. Now, if you want to put Fercho in Gonzalo's office, okay. I won't oppose.
Well, perfect. Keep it up.
Sure, but if your objective is to ruin Roberto, you can't count on me.
Hello, Mariana.
Hello, Lena.
Oh, hey, did you get to talk to Tony? You see, we really need designers like him at White Textiles quite urgently. If possible, we would like him to come in today.
Listen, I don't think that's possible. He wants to finish a line that he started for Beatriz Duran. He just can't leave it unfinished.
Uh-huh. So how much time do you think that will take, more or less?
Well, based on my estimate, I think we might be able to finish the entire collection in about 3 months.
Oh, and after that, Tony will come back to work for us.
Lena, to be very honest with you, I really don't think Tony's very anxious to work there, but let's wait and see. Maybe he'll change his mind later on and he might be willing to work there again, right?
But of course, honey, I understand. You great artists can sometimes be so unpredictable. Uh-huh. Okay, honey, I'll see you soon. Bye!
It seems Tony isn't playing along with you either.
Miguel Angel, Tony is my sole problem.
But then he shouldn't be. And nor should I. Lena, I think you already have all that you wanted. Beatrice left you a lot. You own a big part of White Textiles. Why don't you just sit back and enjoy everything that you have?
I really don't need any of your advice, so I guess save it for next time. And don't go against me, because something could go very
Oh yeah? And what will you do? Tell Roberto that I was in love with Beatrice? That we gave her morphine until she died? Because I can tell Roberto everything you did to swindle Gonzalo. Would you prefer that?
You wouldn't dare do that.
Then stop threatening me. Because if we take that dirty road, then we'll both end up locked in prison. And we don't want that, do we, Lena? So you just enjoy all the things that you have right now while you're still young, instead of seeking revenge for the rest of your life.
Well, you're right, Miguel Angel. And the truth is, I'm really getting tired of all this. That's precisely why I'm now trying to mend my falling out with Roberto. And that's why I got a lawyer for Gonzalo, why I want him to get out of prison.
Okay. In that case, if we will agree to stop the manipulations, it would be nice to finally be at peace, Lena.
You're absolutely right. Let's just wait for things to flow naturally.
I will be your driver. You'll be my driver. Is there a problem? Well, you see, I don't want to be your driver.
That's what you used to do here before, isn't it? You worked as a driver for the White Foundation.
Yeah, that's true, but then
Aside
this time...
from that, you used to drive a cab.
Yes, that's true, but it doesn't actually mean that I have the word driver stamped on my forehead because I'm not just a simple chauffeur. I do have a college degree, and you should know that. This man is a philosopher.
Look, Mr. Augusto, White Textiles doesn't need a philosopher. What the company needs now is a driver for yours truly. That's the job Lena offered you.
Well, if that's the case, then I would like to speak directly to Miss Lena.
Listen, that's not gonna be possible. Just tell me if you want to accept the job or if you don't want it. And now listen, we're offering to pay you double what we would normally pay a regular driver.
then that's another story. If you're actually acknowledging the fact that I do have special skills, well, I think that's fair enough.
And that means?
It means that I'll accept the job for the time being. But I hope my credentials will be taken into full account for a quick promotion.
Not even a thank you?
And why should I even bother to thank you, Fernando? When I know that I owe this great opportunity to Miss Lena. Excuse me.
Now the lawyer thinks that with the new evidence that they have, my father doesn't even stand a chance. He will be convicted.
But is that document really authentic, Roberto?
Well, yes, there's no more doubt about it. It's my father's signature. The graphologist just confirmed it. But why would my father get into smuggling? Why did he buy all those machines when he knew that they were smuggled? There was no need for him to do something like that.
Are you doubting your dad's innocence?
You see, my father has really changed so much. His financial problems has made him gravely mortified. But I should have really insisted that he accept my help during that time. It's my fault.
Well, no, you shouldn't blame yourself for your father's problems, Roberto.
My father, a convicted smuggler, my God.
Look, no matter what happens, he will do everything you can, Roberto. He's your father. And why don't you talk to Lena? Maybe you two can come up with something that could help him, because as you know, he really listens to whatever Lena tells him.
Yeah, and he listens too much.
Hey, Roberto. What happened between you and Lena is part of the past. You have to get over it, don't you think? At this time, she may just be the only one, the only hope to save Gonzalo. Go talk to Lena, Roberto. Do it for your dad.
Dun, 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 dun. You know how much I love you, Lena. I mean it. It's just that I really don't want to put my career on hold for long, because that's what I live for.
Of course. And do you honestly think that you're going to grow professionally in this little place?
I'm completely convinced that I would. I don't know, but with Mariana, something happens to me when I'm around her. I get all crazy. Well, it's like, she brings out my creativeness, you get it? I don't know how to say this, but on a creative level, the experience of designing this new modern collection has been so incredible. Just to show you, I'll let you see one of my designs. Look at this one. Doesn't it look so avant-garde? Or this little black dress? Don't you think this is a wonderful evolution from my previous designs?
No. The truth is I don't like them.
Well, Mariana loves them, and so do I. I don't know, but I can feel this tingling sensation when I'm here. This is what I want. I feel so fulfilled and appreciated.
All right, Tony, then I guess this is actually the end of the road for you and me.
Oh, no. Please don't say that. That will never happen. No, Lena, because you will always be my best friend in the whole world. It's just that at this point, I have decided to concentrate and devote all my time to my collection and my designs, because that's what I love, because above all, I'm an artist.
That's very clear.
Come on, what's with the long face? Don't be like this. Look, you already have everything that you've ever dreamed of and wanted. You have money, you're powerful and beautiful, you have a stud for a boyfriend. Well, obviously you're still with Fercho, right, love?
Of course, Fercho will be with me till I want him to be with me.
Now do you see, girlfriend? We both made it. We should be completely happy. Come on, give me a hug. Give me a big hug. I'm so thrilled, are you?
Yes. The truth is I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic because I now have everything that I want. I'm thrilled.
Didn't I tell you? I know that you deserve it, my darling, for being so beautiful, generous, and for being so supportive. Give me another hug. Oh, I really love you so much, honey.
Look what I got for you.
Thank you.
It's the card from the store where I bought the boots that you liked.
I'm not sure if I can go to Barcelona.
Come on, sure you can. Scarlett, you can go there whenever you want. Well, all you really have to do is convince Roberto, that's all.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy because he's so preoccupied with Gonzalo and
now
how
listen,
he could help
listen.
him.
Gonzalo's problem can be solved now. All it would take is for dear old Gonzalo to confess. And they promise to reduce his sentence. And I think that he won't even have to spend time in prison.
Really?
Of course, my darling. I'm absolutely sure about this whole thing. Gonzalo confesses, and soon, the justice system will reward him with a lesser sentence, and you won't have to spend time in prison. The court will simply place Gonzalo under house arrest, and that would mean that you and Roberto will be free to travel, to loosen up and think about other things. Oh, Scarlett, don't you think that would be perfect to strengthen your relationship with Roberto?
Well, yeah. No, I don't know. I guess so, but to tell you the truth, since I've been with Roberto, I haven't had even a single moment of peace.
Barcelona, Paris, Milan, the world is yours, Scarlett. Robert has money for everything.
Well, I know, but right now he's actually worried about white textiles that...
Oh, he shouldn't worry. Miguel Angel is now the head of the company, and I'm here to supervise everything. Tell Roberto he can relax. Convince him that it's really the best thing for both of you. He will understand.
Believe me, Roberto, Lina has really changed. You know what I think? The death of Beatrice, it affected her.
Maybe, but I know Lena and she's a bad seed, so be careful.
Yeah, I know, but this time she has changed. Look, Lena's a very intelligent person. Maybe she finally realized that now it's time for her to respect other people and learn to work with a team.
Maybe, but I'll keep that in mind. You see, being president entails a lot of responsibility. All the decisions that you will make will affect a lot of people.
Yes, I know, and there's something I want to tell you. I've been thinking of closing White Foundation.
What?
You gave me the freedom to make decisions. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I know, but it's not something that can be taken lightly, and you know that.
I know, Roberto. Look, I've been going through the numbers. The White Foundation is a slit vein for this company. We can no longer afford to bleed out like this.
But you know that it's my father's project. You can't close it
He
down.
will have lots of things to do, my friend. If he'll urbanize the farm, he'll have more than enough on his hands.
Oh man, that's something that also worries me because I spoke to Arturo, his partner for that project, and he told me that there's trouble.
All the more reason for him to focus on that, right? I just don't see him coming back to work here when he gets out.
Yeah, you're right. My dad could use a change after all, and maybe the foundation has completed its cycle. Okay, I see that you're really taking your new role seriously.
That was the idea, right? Although, I admit that I feel alone sometimes. But I'm alright.
Well, you know you can always hire another advisor.
No, cause Fercho's enough already.
No, Fercho's working for Lena, not for you. I think you need someone here who will back you up unconditionally.
Well, I can't think of anybody.
Oh, well, I do. And I think this person I have in mind right now would be the perfect counterpart for Lena's Fercho.
Okay, I just returned to the country, and I do need a job. Well, I'd love to work for you, but of course...
You wouldn't be working for me directly. You see, I decided to name a new president because of my problems with Lina Duran. She's a new partner. So now the new president is Miguel Angel Lozano. I think you already met him.
Yeah, Miguel Angel and I met each other once. When we spent the weekend at the coast and when you said you were Bobby Casablanca.
Right. That was long ago.
I have a good memory.
And there are some things that I would rather forget.
All right then, and what's my job description?
I'm hiring you to be an advisor in the textile design area, but basically you're going to supervise another advisor. You'll also be tasked to monitor everything that's going on in the company.
Okay, and the other advisor, do I know him?
Yes, you do. His name is Fernando Leon.
What?
Is that a problem?
Roberto, you know how much I detest Fernando. That bastard's nothing but a spineless social climber.
I know. It would be easier for you to handle him.
Roberto, are you actually hiring me so I can get even with Fernando?
No. I really need you to keep things organized. But if you have a problem dealing with Fernando and decide not to accept this job offer, then I would understand perfectly.
No, Roberto. Well, I do want to help, and I'm going to. Fernando has no idea what's in store for him at White Textiles. Poor guy. This is my chance to teach that man a lesson.
Okay, don't go overboard now. Fernando may be a little weak, but he's really not a bad person. The important thing is to keep an eye out for my best interests. I don't intend for that duo Fercho and Lina to drive my company to the ground. Okay?
Yes?
Then you're hired.
Adri, the White Foundation will close soon.
They're shutting it down?
Yes, that's what I said. The foundation's being liquidated and the premises are going to be used for other things real soon. And now we're trying to relocate all the staff.
Tell me, Fernando, who made this decision?
Well, the president, but of course.
Well, I don't agree, and I'm gonna talk to Miguel Angel right away.
Adri,
God.
come back here. Miguel Angel shouldn't be bothered with this issue. I know that the foundation's important to you, but relax. Because you won't be left jobless. Miguel Angel gave orders that you are to be transferred.
Oh, yeah, really? And what will I be, Fercho, huh?
My assistant, Adri.
Your assist...
What's wrong?
Unbelievable.
You don't like it? Huh?
What I don't like is that the workers are gonna be jobless, Fernando. We have a responsibility to those people. Look, they haven't even gotten back the sewing machines that were confiscated. And now this?
But I'm sure that we're gonna work something out in the near future,
The near
Adri.
future? The near future? But when? Tell me. Those women each have families to feed, Fercho. They have families, and their children will go hungry. Don't you know that? Well, tell me something. Have you forgotten what it's like to be poor?
Adri, will you please take it down a bit? And don't forget that I'm your boss now.
Oh, really?
Fernando,
Why?
come on, we're leaving. Remember, we have a meeting with Roberto and Miguel Angel. Audrey, I'm sorry, but this is quite urgent.
Don't worry, Lena. Everything in here is urgent except what's important.
Jeez, what's wrong with that woman?
She didn't like the news about the foundation.
Oh, that's too bad. I think she'll dislike it more when she finds out that she has no job.
No, but Adri's gonna be laid off. Miguel Angel told me to relocate her.
Audrey is out.
Lena, I told her that she's gonna be my assistant.
So what? Let's go because Roberto and Miguel Angel are waiting for us. Hurry up.
I want the records to show that I didn't agree at all with your decision to dissolve the White Foundation.
Well, it's a decision made by the president. You told Miguel Angel that he can make decisions for the company.
Roberto is behind me on this, but he's hoping that the shutdown will be temporary. So come next year, depending on the company's financial standing, we'll see if we can somehow revive the foundation.
The most important thing right now is to boost textile sales.
I've spoken to the vice president for marketing and we're coming up with new strategies. I'll be sending a detailed report next week. Right now, business in the sporting industry is doing quite well and that will help boost the first quarter figures.
Okay, and what else?
Well, I'm actually going to propose hiring another advisor.
Really?
Yes, you appointed Fernando as your advisor, and I sure agree that Miguel Angel has every right to appoint one who's more attuned with him.
And what will be his job, huh?
To help us in the design department. Obviously, you're here for the administrative part. And I see no sense in duplicating work posts.
Okay, for me, it's not a problem. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, advisors really have no authoritative power because they're not a part of the board.
Have you heard from my dad?
I just spoke with him.
And?
I still wasn't able to convince him to plead guilty.
And why do you want my father to plead guilty?
Roberto, that's the only way to help him. If he pleads guilty, the judge will reduce his sentence and he won't spend time in jail.
So tell me then, whom are you thinking of appointing as your advisor?
You know, I'm thinking of appointing a woman.
You are getting a woman?
Yeah, why not? Do you have something against women?
No, on the contrary, I really do enjoy working with women.
Yeah, I can see that. You're so happy with Lena.
Look, Miguel Angel, there's nothing between Lena and me.
What I really meant is that you and Lena are working well together.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, tell her to come in. Thank you. Speaking of the devil, my new advisor has just arrived. Come in. Hello. How are you?
Fine, and you?
I suppose you still remember Lorena Jaramillo?
What a surprise.
I don't think my father should ever plead guilty to a crime that he insistently said he didn't commit.
How sure are you that he didn't commit it? Roberto, please believe me. I'd willingly give half of my life just for Gonzalo to be innocent, but then he's not. The district attorney has a document that will prove that Gonzalo knew that those sewing machines had entered the country illegally. In fact, He even asked the salesman for a huge commission.
But that document just may have been falsified.
No, it is authentic. And that's the main reason why Gonzalo's in prison right now. And we just have to accept that.
My dad will never, ever agree to this plan.
Then we have a problem. But you know, we will still have time to convince him. Because otherwise, Gonzalo's gonna be in prison, well, for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 years. Imagine that. Oh, Roberto. We have to do something. You should bear in mind that your father is a very honorable person. Taking into account your father's age, surely if he makes a deal with the court justice, he could be placed on house arrest.
I can't believe that at this ripe age, my father would make such a grave mistake and be punished like this.
I know. It's true that when the people we love commit mistakes, it really hurts so much, but remember, it's our job to help them. And that's why we have to think of something we could do to convince Gonzalo that he should plead guilty. It's such a small world, Fernando. It's good to see you again.
Well, I didn't think that I would see you again.
And look at us. We're working together. I know it's going to be a great experience.
Oh, well, I really hope that you have no hard feelings towards me.
Oh no, of course not. People bear grudges when they had it rough. But I have been doing pretty well. And you're doing great yourself. Look at you. You went from being a salesman to an advisor at White Textiles.
Well, don't be fooled. It's not as great as it really seems.
Oh. I guess it's because you lost Scarlett. Yeah. I heard that she's with Roberto. It's okay. There was really nothing that you could have done anyway. Because competing with Roberto is quite impossible. Well, you're no millionaire. Well, don't get mad. Well, I didn't mean to insult you. I want to cheer you up.
Oh, well, if you want to insult me, I know that I deserve it. After all, I didn't treat you too well before.
No, Fernando, enough of that. Let's not waste time talking about a worthless past. I say that we concentrate on the present because I know that we're going to do great.
I hope so.
I guarantee it, Fernando. This time I'll make sure that things are gonna go as I hope they would.
Great.
My dad won't hear me out, won't speak to me, he wants nothing to do with me. There's nothing I can do. If you can't convince him to plead guilty to the charges against him, then there's no one who can convince him.
I think I know how to convince him.
I don't even want to imagine.
Roberto, why do you have to be so aggressive? All I want to do is help your father. Don't you get it?
All right, let's see. Tell me then, how are you going to convince my father to plead guilty to the charges?
Gonzalo might need some kind of motivation to want to get out of prison. What if I offer to rekindle our marriage?
You mean you're going to make him believe that you will marry him?
What do you think?
Well, honestly, I think that kind of motivation is powerful, but at the same time, I think that it would be a very harsh lie.
It wouldn't necessarily have to be a lie, Roberto.
Are you saying that you're willing to marry my father after all? You would do that for love?
No. Because unfortunately, after everything that has happened, I no longer love Gonzalo. I don't even trust him. But I care about him. And I just can't sit here when I know that he's in prison and going through such a terrible ordeal.
And so, to keep him from suffering, you'll say that you want to marry him after all? But why make this huge sacrifice?
I've been through some pretty horrible things. The way my marriage ended, the death of Beatrice. I've realized that life without love isn't worth living, and that you'll get nowhere with hatred and resentment in your heart. Roberto, I'm tired of seeing people that I care about suffer. And if there's anything that I can do for Gonzalo to be let out of prison, I'm willing to do everything. I don't care anymore. But what I want is that we make this decision together. I really need your support on this.
I don't know what to say. I feel confused right now.
Okay, now, Audrey, you just take it easy.
Oh, Mariana.
Well, we have thought of creating a kind of program that is quite similar to the one that Gonzalo has been doing for the foundation. So I guess if the women do lose their jobs, well, they can come and work here.
But then, Mariana, the problem is these women no longer have their sewing machines, and they don't have money to buy new ones. So you see, I hope the foundation will give them some sort of severance pay when it closes down.
Well, I'd really like to help out, but I can't take on all the problems of the foundation,
Yeah,
Audrey.
I know.
But then, What I can do is give the women new sewing machines. So you go ahead, talk to them, and make a list of how many machines they're going to need.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's perfect. Scarlett said you'd come up with a solution to this problem. She knows you so well, Mariana.
Yes, she does know me well, and I know her well too.
Listen, with everything that's been happening between Scarlett and Roberto, are you two okay or have you been fighting? Well, I asked because I know it has to be very difficult for both of you, right? You are sisters. But you were the one who was all left alone since Scarlett's with
Audrey.
Roberto while you've been working and you're...
Audrey, stop. Stop.
It's just that you two are my dear friends. And I don't want you to fight over the love of Roberto White.
Audrey, will you please
But
stop?
Mariana, you know
Are you
what?
deaf or something? Listen, I don't ever want to discuss that subject again. I'm begging you. If you want us to stay friends, then can you please stop mentioning that? You got it?
Yes, I got it. Sorry.
Oh, Vircho, everything is working out as I expected it would. Gonzalo won't be returning to White Textiles, and Roberto is more and more alone. It won't be long now, love, and all of this will be all ours.
Only ours? Or just yours, you mean?
Okay, what's the difference?
Oh, a lot, Lena. Because what's yours is yours and you don't share anything.
If I'm right, I think you're insinuating that I'm a selfish person.
No, Lena. What I want to say is that Juan Carlos and Mariana have thrown me out of Beatriz Duran. I'm your advisor, but I don't have a say or vote on anything.
Oh, you have to be a little more patient. I told you 1,000 times. It won't be very long now, and as I promised, you're going to be the president of White Textiles.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic?
Well, because Roberto still has all the power in this company, and he has just hired a new advisor to control me.
A new advisor?
Yes, she came today.
So?
Well, nothing. But I think they hired her just to control me. That's the impression that I got.
Oh, my darling, just relax. Now, why would you let her control you? Just remember that you have my support in everything that you do. Don't be so grumpy. You and I, we make a very good team. What's wrong now?
Nothing. Everything's just fine.
They're trying to convince Gonzalo to plead guilty to all the charges, Dad.
Because it's the right thing to do, to plead guilty, right? That old bastard should stop pretending that he's honest. He should admit to being a criminal.
But he might not be a criminal after all.
The guy surely is.
But Dad, we really don't know that for sure. The only thing we're sure of right now is that you fabricated a piece of evidence just to prove that he is guilty.
That's enough. Stop it, please, Scarlett.
Don't you feel even a little bit, not even a little bit of remorse for what you did, huh, Daddy? You've just soiled the good reputation of Gonzalo White by taking that lie to the DA.
Look, Scarlett, do you really expect me to pity that old fool Gonzalo White? No. On the contrary, for me, that fool should rot in jail because I know that he's guilty as can be. Listen, if he pleads guilty to all charges, there's a chance that his sentence just might be reduced. Or they just might decide to place him under house arrest. No, it can't be. I just can't let that happen. That criminal has to pay for his sins.
What are you going to do? Are you going to falsify another document? If you want, I can get you a piece of paper, Dad. Go, keep it up. Keep it up. And yes, you'll end up in jail, I swear to you.
Hey, that's enough, Scarlett. Stop. You can't start ordering me around at my age. No, because I won't have it. I've had more than enough with your sister's nagging, and I can't have you copying her style.
Okay, but you
that's
just can't...
enough. Stop, I said.
What shall I do now? My goodness.
Hi, Scarlett.
Hi, Mariana.
What's going on? It's a miracle to see you here.
You'll reproach me too for staying with Roberto?
No, I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm just going to let your conscience do the job.
And what about my conscience? What are you saying? I'm legally of age, and so you know, I'm old enough to do whatever I want with my life. My conscience is very clear.
Oh, Scarlett, you're not going to start with me again, are you? I mean, I came home because I'm very tired and I want to rest. You're such a drag.
If you don't know, you are the drag. You're such a drag. Just leave me alone. Don't talk.
Is that your solution? You're not going to talk to me? Scarlett, we belong to a small family. And you and I have to stick together.
Yeah, well, I know some families who don't speak to each other ever, and they don't care.
But we can't let that happen. You know, we do love each other very much, and that's our strength, Scarlett. Will you please look at me? I'm begging you. We can't let the things that have already happened get in the way of our relationship. And we can't just live our lives by constantly arguing and fighting and calling each other ugly names every time. No way, Scarlett. You and I love each other. Because we're sisters. We're super sisters. Have you forgotten that?
No.
So what now?
I know. But this is really difficult, Mariana. I'm really happy with Roberto, Mariana. And I'm really trying so hard not to show it, because I know. I can tell by that look how much it really hurts you. I tried to hide it, but hiding and hiding and hiding really stresses me out, Mariana. I'm so stressed and I end up taking it out on you. Mariana, I can no longer tell you my secrets, and that bothers me. Because I know that you can't be happy for me. That's true, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're right about that. Well, I can never be happy that you're with Roberto.
See? See? What do? We just can't sit and have a chat and pretend like we're not sisters, but strangers. So what do you suggest that we talk about?
I don't know. Maybe we could talk about other important things in our lives, right? Maybe like things like our work. And we could talk about the,
about our work. And about work. And work and work and work.
About our work.
And work. You know what else? Try to guess.
About our work.
Now I need you to watch closely all the movements of Miguel Angel. I get the impression that he's taking this too seriously and he thinks he can run white textiles. And right now, I find it quite an inconvenience that you're no longer at Beatrice Duran. When you were there, at least we have an eye on everything, but right now, I can't depend on Tony, because he seems to be enjoying his work there. Are you listening?
Yeah, of course. What was that?
Just what I need. You're turning your back on me.
Oh, no, I'm not turning my back on you.
Really? But since you got here, you've been spaced out. It's like you're on another planet.
Yes, the planet of the poor, Lena.
Oh, Fercho, don't be so touchy, my dear. And don't tell me that it's because of what I just said. Come on, darling, don't be such a baby. You know that you drive me crazy.
Lena, it's pretty late. I better get going.
No, it's better if you spend the whole night with me.
I'm very tired. I had a long day, so I guess I better go now. Get some rest.